It's your boy Heemstar. I give you guys another video. Today I want to talk about your moral compass. And a person may ask, well, first of all, what was a compass? Well, you know your compass is like this little piece of metal that has a magnet in it, and depending on the magnet and the force around it, it affects where it points. And usually you try to go north. Wherever you point north, that's normally where you try to go in order to get to the destination that you're trying to go to. And people have been doing that for years, for hundreds and thousands of years, you know, just trying to find that direction, trying to find, if it's not, you know, just the compass, you know, people look at the constellation and the stars, you know, where it points, where it's going. They're trying to find that place where they're trying to go. Now, your morals, what are your morals? You know, it's basically your whole belief system, your makeup of what you know is right and wrong, what you feel in your gut is right and wrong. You know, like they say, that gut feeling, when you have it down here, you know, it's like as if for you, like, you know, this don't feel right, or this does feel right, or, you know, whatever. And so basically today, you know, just your moral compass, always make sure your moral compass is pointing north, meaning that you're living the best life that you can, but more importantly, you're living the best life and you're doing it right. Now, a person may say, well, what does that mean? Well, what do you mean doing it right? You know, are you talking about like careers, doing the right thing in my career, doing the right thing? Well, you know, like I said, of course, if anything else, whatever you try to do, you do to the best of your ability. But more importantly, doing the right thing when it comes to your life in general, to how you handle people, to how you deal with situations. Sorry, guys. Lady just came in. How you deal with certain situations, how you deal with certain scenarios. You know, there's always a right and a wrong way to go about things. There's always a right and a wrong way to approach people. There's always a right and a wrong way to deal with, you know, situations or even opportunities. You know, how far are you willing to go to reach an opportunity? You know, we talk about integrity. You know, there's a lot of people in this world who do not have integrity, who would practically sell their soul for a buck, you know, or just to have that moment of fame, to have these moments, you know, to live. And then yet at the end of the day, like everything else, everything eventually fades to dust. And a person might say, hey, what do you mean by that? I mean, it's the truth. Everybody's going to die. You know, I'm going to pass away someday. And, you know, in those final moments of your life, you're going to have those moments where you're going to question and ask, you know, did I really do the best that I could in my life? Did I treat people right? Did I treat my family right? Did I treat my friends right? You know, did I treat the next door neighbor right? When I saw a homeless person down the street, how did I treat them? You know, these are things that you're going to live with and continue to live with every day. And what you don't want to do is, you know, continue to live a way that's negative and you become numb to your own behavior, to where it's basically second nature, to where you don't even feel anything. You know, try to tackle these things while you feel them, while you're in tune with yourself, because your moral compass will always lead you, for the most part, into the right direction if you go with it, if you believe in it, if you, you know, roll with it. But if you're always used to either making bad decisions in your life, then it's like your compass is just, it's just everywhere and it doesn't know where to stop. You know, most compasses, you want them to point north, you know, straight forward. And, you know, depending on where you're turning your body, you know, and you're walking, you want it to point in that direction. But, you know, if you're not on point, you're not in tune with yourself, you're not in tune with, you know, making sure that you're doing the right thing, that you're on the right path. And by right thing, I mean, like, not just so much as if this, I'm talking about doing right, you know, living a righteous life. And by all means, I'm human just like everybody else. I make mistakes. I get upset. I say things from time to time. You know, we all do these things, but your goal is in life is to try to do those things as less as possible and to eventually get to that point where you either do it very rarely or to none at all. You know, try to live your life the best that you can. You know, there's more important things in life than just money, than careers. You know, it's just about, you know, just being in tune with yourself, making sure that you're living a good life, make sure it's, hey, as long as you can eat, as long as you can interact, and as long as you can impart wisdom to the people that you care about, you may not even know them, but if there's something that you can pass along that'll help another person uplift, even if it's just a smile, that's the best thing you could do. I had somebody say it to me one day when I was at work, and they were like, you know, when you look at me, you were like, every time I see you, you always go like this, like, hey, how you doing? Like, how you doing? It's like, if it makes me feel like you really mean that. And I do, because at the end of the day, you know, all it takes sometimes is just one situation, one circumstance that can either make a person's life better or send it down. And whether you believe it or not, you're just as much responsible for seeing to it that things can either go positive or negative. You always have a choice, you know. To everybody out there, like, you know, for a long time, even as a kid, I always wanted to be like a superhero. I always wanted to help people and do things. But, you know, like they say, hey, I don't have super strength. I can't fly. I can't do none of that. But I can at least, you know, hey, if I can impart some kind of words on somebody, if what I say to you, and I do pay attention to the comments, and people, you know, have said, like, you know, hey, this really helped me out. It helped me get through the day. If that's all, if even just doing that, that means that I did something right with my life. And I'm doing something right in others. And that for me, even just summing up of your morals, you know, doing the right thing, doing right by others, making sure that whatever decision that you make is the absolute positive and sound decision. That's what you should try to point for and, you know, work towards. So there's parts in your life where, you know, there's things that are going wrong, things that you know that you're doing, things that you shouldn't be doing. Like I said, like in my previous videos, start with the minimum. The fact that you're already thinking it up here and feeling it in here, that's the biggest step. And as your time goes on, little by little, work your way to getting out of that situation or away from those kind of people or whatever that is preventing you from keeping your compass pointing north. But with that being said, everybody, I love you. Stay tuned for more. Peace.